Hi Brandon, this is Jasmine from Sprout SEO Solutions, and I just wanted to shoot this quick video to talk to you about how you can get more traffic to your websites and in turn get more customers. So let's get right into it. I have your website pulled up here, and as I scroll through, first off, I love the images, and you've got a lot of really good stuff on your website. So you've got some content. I like that we have a contact form here at the top that stays pretty much frozen there as you scroll. As you scroll through, we've got more content, starting to get into a little bit of services, right? I really like this section here. Overall, it looks nice. I love the testimonials too, because social proof is like really important. So having any sort of testimonials, reviews is always good. And then a gallery to showcase your work. And then I see you have a blog, which is very nice. So all in all, your homepage is looking really good. Your website looks pretty good in general. I will say just when it comes to your content, you've got a good amount, so you might be hitting this word. I was gonna say just keep in mind, Google likes to see roughly 1,500 words like per page. So your homepage is looking pretty good. You might be hitting that. I would say to check the rest of the pages on your website to make sure you're hitting it there as well. And we say this because we know that Google crawls your website. Google has what's called crawlers. And what that means is it's reading the content that's on your website. And it uses that to better understand your site, understand what services you offer, where you offer them, etc. So the more content and the more good quality content you have, the more Google's going to understand when it should be showing your site to people when they search on Google, right? And this comes down to keywords. So you want to make sure you have relevant keywords in your content. And so to explain a little bit about what keywords are, let's say someone is doing a Google search. They want to, research siding companies. They're trying to look for someone to do siding for them. They might go in and search siding company Milwaukee, siding contractors Milwaukee, best siding contractors, etc. And those are all examples of keywords. And so the more relevant keywords you have on your website, the more Google will understand that when someone is searching for that word, your website should be the one that's popping up as a result. So I went ahead and did a quick Google search for siding company Milwaukee, Wisconsin as an example of a keyword that you might want to be ranking for. I'm going to skip past these first results here. These are all ads, so that just means someone's paying to be there. And really, I want to bring your attention to this area right here. This is called the Google Map Pack. Now we're going to ignore this first one because that is also an ad, but the Google Map Pack is a really good place for a business to be because since it's the first thing that pops up right underneath those ads, people tend to click on the businesses that get listed here a lot. And more clicks to a website means more potential customers. So I just want to give you a few quick tips and tricks for getting your business into the top 3 here. Now the first thing is make sure you have a Google My Business profile. That's what these things are. And you want to make sure that you fill it out appropriately. And by that, I just mean you want to make sure you have roughly 750 words in your little bio, and ideally you'll have some of those relevant keywords in that bio. And you're also going to want to make sure that you have good quality pictures and that you're posting. Second, you want to make sure that you have good reviews. So the more good reviews that you have, the more Google's going to see your business as trustworthy and reputable, and Google will understand that you're actually helping searchers out. And all of these things make it more likely for you to get ranked in the top 3 here. Now, one thing that's important to know, a lot of people don't know that while getting good reviews is important, it's equally as important to respond to them. So do make sure you're responding to those reviews. Lastly, to get in this section, you'll want to make sure you have a good amount of citations. Now, citations are just anywhere out on the wild web where your business information is listed. So think your business name, contact information, your address, hours, etc. So really, this is going to come down to like online directories. So think Yellow Pages, Yelp, Angie's List. Those are really good examples. And the more citations you have, the more Google gets used to just seeing your business out on the web, understanding your business, and the more likely it is to rank you here. Now, if we scroll past the Google Map Pack, we finally hit what's called the organic search results. And now we're going to skip past these first few because these are all directories actually. We've got Angie's, BBB, expertise.com, and it is possible to beat out directories, but it does take a good SEO plan to do so. And we're going to focus on this first company that pops up here, so Infinity Roofing, and we're going to consider them your top online competitor, at least for the keyword siding company Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so we come onto their website, not as nicely laid out as yours, but we do see lots of content right off the bat. And again, we have some more content here, so on and so forth. And you guys did have a good amount of content, but this is just showing you that your competitors are also having good content. So it's important to make sure that you're hitting that minimum of 1500, if not going over it. So I want to show you this paid tool that I use called Ahrefs. It's a search engine optimization tool that I use to analyze websites. I went ahead and threw your competitor in here, and we can see that really the page that was ranking was specifically a citing page, so not even their home page. But when we look at this page, really what I want you to focus on are the DR and UR scores. So DR is just a measure of how strong Google thinks your website is, and UR is a measure of how trustworthy it thinks it is. And both of these scores are going to be influenced by backlinks. So backlinks are any link out on the wild web. They're like a link or a button on a separate web page that when someone clicks on it, it takes them back to your website. Now, the more good quality backlinks that a website has, the higher those scores are likely to be, and the higher you're likely to rank. I also want to point out this keyword section. So your competitor on this page is ranking for 3,000 keywords. That's a lot. And when we look at it, you can see a lot of these seem to be citing specific, which makes sense since this is a citing landing page. And your competitor is ranking around the first page for most of them, if not high on that second page. But really we want to look at those first page results, right? And so we see that your competitor does have some first page results there, which is why they're popping up ahead of you. I went ahead and put your website in as well, and we can see that your scores are a bit lower than your competitors, but you do have a lot more backlinks. So really this just means you want to check those backlinks, right, and make sure they're good quality, because it is quality over quantity. Like, we want a lot, but we want to make sure that they're good, right? So that's one thing. And then I really want to focus on your keywords. So your website is ranking for 2,000, over 2,000 keywords. But I want to point out, so I was looking at your keywords specifically, and we can see the pages that are ranking the most. We have a few of your homepage. Your homepage is mostly ranking for branded keywords, which is good if people are searching for home sealed, but won't help us very much if they're searching a more general, just like siding company, roofing company, etc. But the pages that your website is ranking for a lot are your blog pages. And I don't want to diminish the value of a blog. I love blogs. I love content marketing, and I think it's extremely valuable to have your blog pages ranking. But I think it's also important to understand blog pages are really good for brand awareness, right? A blog is really good for brand awareness, helping answer people's questions, but blog pages aren't necessarily great for buyer intent. So while we do want to make sure that these blog pages are ranking high so that people are aware of your brand and we're getting that awareness and establishing yourself as an authority and an expert in your industry, you also want to make sure that you're putting those more buyer intent, those more general keywords across your site and ranking for those as well, because that's how you're going to get, the more qualified leads is coming through those sorts of keywords. Alright, I know this video was a bit on the long end. I do apologize, but I really wanted to go into that difference with the blog keywords for you, branded versus buyer intent, and make sure we touched on that. I hope this video has been educational and informative. If you have any questions at all, or if you want to chat, please feel free to reach out to me. And even if you don't have any questions, if you could just drop me a line of feedback, let me know what you liked about the video, anything you found helpful, I would really, really appreciate it. All right, thank you so much.